could be the next step. What is going on here? Rodgers does have the same agent, guys, as Carson Palmer, who went through a similar situation. Remember, he forced his way out of Cincinnati back in 2011. Oh, there's a lot to unpack. We got Green Bay great Greg Jennings back with us. Greg, you buying Aaron Rodgers retiring as a legit possibility? You know him.
You know what? I wouldn't be shocked now. I honestly, where we sit today, where we stand today, I never thought that Aaron would actually take it this far with the Green Bay Packers and actually say that he wanted out. And so with him saying this and this being out there and the reports being what they are, I wouldn't be shocked if Jeopardy came calling saying, we will take you on as our full-time host. I think Aaron would go for it, and I wouldn't blame him. This is something that he's always wanted to do. He would find peace in that. I think he would have a bit of him that would feel like it's an unwritten script, an unfinished script with the Green Bay Packers, because as Nick alluded to a couple segments ago, he did want to finish his career not like this as a Green Bay Packer, winning another Super Bowl. But I don't think it's too far-fetched, simply because Aaron Rodgers has done everything that he possibly can for the Green Bay Packers. He knows that without him, this team will not be the same, and they haven't given him what he would like.
It's a leverage play. That's all that is. I just can't see this happening. This is not the Carson Palmer, Cincinnati Bengals situation. That was affecting his personal life. That was affecting him as a person. He wasn't happy for years. That organization never tried to do anything to make that team a contender. Absolutely nothing. The cheapest organization out there. So now you look at the Green Bay Packers. You can't say that the Green Bay Packers, first of all, look at the last 15 years. They've been contenders every single year. That's what they've been. Now, you can't say they haven't tried. It's just they are stuck in their ways. They like to build within the draft. They like to develop guys. But when you have an Aaron Rodgers, you have to participate in free agency, because there could be a guy or two out there that can get you over the hump. Now, they haven't done that. So Aaron Rodgers retiring, to me, is disrespectful to the game, because he was just the MVP. He still wants to play ball. So play ball. It's coming down to business. Separate the business. Handle what you got to handle there. But retiring and going to do what? Jeopardy? Come on now. That's disrespectful to the game when this is a guy that still wants to play, Kevin.
Correct. I think you nailed it, Brandon. It's just a leverage play. And also, everybody, LeVar Burton should get the Jeopardy job. It's not like this Jeopardy job is just waiting. There was a bunch of people trying out. So I think we're just jumping the gun here. Like, I could go to Jeopardy. They also shoot a bunch of Jeopardies very compacted. So the guy's going to have a lot of free time. That's why he was talking about doing both. But, Nick, I see this as just a leverage play, just like Brandon. It's hard for me to get too emotionally fired up, where it just feels like Aaron Rodgers is going into his backpack of leverage, including trades, firing the GM, and now retiring. I don't know what's next if we don't get a move. I'm waiting with bated breath to see what other piece of leverage he could have to sort of try to move the ball forward for his contract extension.
I guess I don't see how this is leverage. This would be giving the Packers, most notably Brian Gutekunst, what they wanted. They wanted to move on from him. They thought he was getting old. They were preparing for the next chapter. So Aaron Rodgers helping him out. Oh, I make too much money. You don't want to extend my contract. Well, how about I get rid of take the cap hit down to zero? You're worried about a 37-year-old quarterback. Well, good thing you drafted that 23-year-old kid from Utah State that nobody thought was coming. Now you can hand the reins to him. I am a big believer in reaping what you sow. The Green Bay Packers organization said very publicly, and this is important, as Greg can attest to, without warning or notification to Aaron Rodgers, a year and a week ago, we are preparing to move on from you. So Aaron is saying, okay, glad you're prepared, because I'll just walk away. And now, do I think Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to play football anymore? I don't think that. But do I think very rich, very successful people with a lot of options, particularly people that just made a major life change, which Aaron did by getting engaged, most notably getting engaged to a Hollywood celebrity who I would imagine spends most of her time in Southern California, might be reassessing Do I think Aaron Rodgers has possibly hit up Andrew Luck and been like, hey, man, how's this last year been for you? What's it been like? What has post-football been like for you? Brandon, you're squinting. You have thrived post-football. Absolutely thrived.
Yeah, but
I think there's a good chance.
But
Go
nothing.
ahead.
And Aaron Rodgers is going to thrive. There's a lot of guys thriving, but nothing replaces football. That rush you get every single day of walking into that locker room and walking out on the practice field and figuring out a way to perform at a high level. Nothing replaces that. And Aaron Rodgers know that. Greg, you know that. Now, does it come a point where you're like, you know what, I'm done, like an Andrew Luck, where you've just been beaten physically year after year after year, and like this game isn't fun anymore? Then yes, but Aaron Rodgers just won MVP. Aaron Rodgers had probably one of the funnest years outside of 2010 that he's ever had. You saw the smile on his face. You saw the pressure not there when, you know, how many times we turned on, the game and you saw Aaron Rodgers just moping and sad. Like, you didn't see that much last year. You saw a different Aaron Rodgers. You saw a much more mature Aaron Rodgers. So that's why I feel it's disrespectful to the game, because Aaron Rodgers still want to do it, Greg.
And I hear you. I do believe he still wants to do it, but I believe he wants for one chance in his lifetime with the Green Bay Packers to do it his way. Like, can we try what I want to do? And that's what has never been the case. And I know it sounds crazy to say, but when you...
I like it. I like it, man. Keep that mentality.
And we're going to get a Super Bowl ring so big on our finger that a show dog wouldn't be able to jump over.
Okay, you heard it correctly. We're going to get a Super Bowl ring so blank big on our finger that a blanking show dog wouldn't be able to jump over it. Shout out to the people at Jostens, who will now have to hire a show dog for any Super Bowl ring R&D they need to do. Make up the ring, bring out the show dog, preferably retired because they won't have to go to shows. Have them jump over it. If the show dog can jump over the ring, it's not big enough. If the show dog can't jump over the ring, well, that one's ready to be shipped out to Arizona. Great job,
Ready
Xavier.
to go. That's great. We're drawing a blank here on a Monday morning. NFL draft wrapping up on Saturday. Now comes the hard part. Waiting. Got to wait for training camps to open up to get a look at how these rookies are going to fit in year one. So, Brandon, the team that had the best draft was blank.
Jenna, you didn't say anything about my outfit today. What color am I wearing? Can you see it?
It is
what color?
green, my friend.
Help me out here. No, it's not green.
Green.
It's jet green, Jenna. It's jet green.
Oh.
The Jets had the best
My
draft. Jets, Jets. Look,
Green,
everybody's
green,
talking
green.
about the top three guys, rightfully so. Zach Wilson, I haven't talked a lot about him because I was standing on the table for who? Justin
didn't want
Fields.
him.
But look, we're in a good place with Zach Wilson. This dude has the flair. He has the attitude. He took his picture. He came. He held up his jersey, and he had on donks. I absolutely love this guy. You're ready for New York. New York is going to embrace you. Whoever your PR people is, they're doing a phenomenal job already. For you to actually land in Florham Park and have on donks with your suit, you are off to a hot start, Zach Wilson. Elijah Moore. This dude, if you go back, what was it, 2010, 2011, I believe, when Stephon Diggs was drafted. I think he went 5th round, and everybody passed on this guy. This is him. This is the Stephon Diggs of this draft. This dude